I haven't made an Ich bin nackt video for some time. Now it's been winter and it's been too cool to make a nackt and naked video of me, but I am naked except for the sunglasses and the hat. Now I just got out of the shower about 10, 15 minutes ago. This is about the fourth take on this video, so I'm pretty much dried off from the shower. Now I'm going to try to cover several things here. Now I'm going to start with Laura's latest video. She was talking about dangers of haul videos. Now I haven't watched the video, just saw the title, so I'm not sure exactly what she's talking about. I may make a separate video after in fact, I probably will make a separate video after I watch her video and find out exactly what she's talking about. Next thing I'm going to cover. Now, I periodically think about this. Now, many years ago, this is back mid 70s. Now, the Finnish Camera Club, most of what they did was like 35 millimeter. Used to do like some like 4x5 graphic stuff. 4x5 graphic could either have a most of it was in black and white. There's a couple guys that were into that at that time. The I'll get into 4x5 graphics some other time, but anyway, like I said, most of that was 35 millimeter slides. I really enjoyed that because they had some real top notch photographers that would have present their material for the slideshows. But anyway, the these meetings started at the Herd Museum. The Herd Museum's still there, but the rent for the meetings went up, so they moved their meetings to the basement of one of the skyscrapers in downtown Phoenix. But anyway, during intermission, I like to, as a, I don't know if it's a kid or young adult, don't know exactly what time period this was, but I like to go around and explore the building. And this one particular, it was in the basement of this building. One particular door was normally locked. One time I opened the door. It was open. It was unlocked. I looked up and it looked up. It was open to the outside. I saw these tremendous springs. And it took me a few minutes to realize what these were. Now, this was the bottom of an elevator, an outside elevator shaft. Because it was one of these ones that hang with these glass elevators. God, I don't think I'd ever care to. I got a fear of heights. I don't think I could. I don't think I'd ever. I don't think I could ever take this. Normal steel framed elevators scare the hell out of me. Just to think of going, going up, 20 or 40 floors. I've done that, but they always kind of bug me just to do that, even though I know they're normally pretty safe at having a cable snap. But there were these tremendous springs, big, I'd say about an inch diameter coil springs, maybe 10, 12 feet long. They went way up in the shaft. They were what they were meant um, to do if the cables ever let loose on this elevator. These would act as some type of cushion, and this elevator, this car would hit these springs and then bounce up. I could see, to think about how high the car was up in the air. If it actually hit those springs, it would probably rebound maybe 20 or 30 feet in the air and kind of seesaw back and forth till it finally come to a landing. And that would be one hell of a ride for anybody that did take that ride. Just my wild thoughts there. Yeah, I'm glad I never got on that glass elevator because it would scare the hell out of me because I don't care for heights. I might go to the second or third floor and just get off and say, no, that's enough for me. Next thing I'm going to cover, now I got to go back and do a job. A little bit of miscommunication between me and the guy that owns this business. Now, a couple of weeks ago, he had handed me a light and said, replace it. And I said, sure. Now, you can see one light on the corner of the building, that's the one I thought he might have been replaced. But it turns out the light is back over a wall. For a sign, you really can't see it. I'm going to go over there tomorrow morning. Now that I know which one he wants me to replace, I'm going to go over there and get everything else straightened out. But I posted these lights a couple of times here on YouTube and told him, I said, hey, watch this video. The light does work. And I thought he was watching these videos and he would say, well, I said, no, that's the wrong one. Replace the other one. But anyway, like I said, no harm done. I'll give it tomorrow and get everything else straightened out. Last thing I'm going to cover is for Sarah, Wandering Gypsy. Now, I finally watched a little bit ago the video where one of her good friends she'd known for many years had passed away, and she'd kind of visit her, hospital side, before they, disconnected her from life support. and I know how hard that must be. I've offered this to her not quite a number of times, and I think if she really wanted to, she'd take me off on this. But offer's always there if the chick wants to team up with me somewhere, and if she wants just to talk to me, if she just wants to, for me to give her, my phone number, just wants me to just talk. So she's always open to. Well, I may bug her to, that the two of us can make a collab video together. I think we'd probably both really enjoy that. And you could, I'm not going to deny that I know that it would help my channel, but I think we could probably, both enjoy doing something out in nature because I think we probably share a number of common interests. Um, Trying to think of my latest email. I've set it up about a month ago, jamesgodman61gmail.com. I think that's right. But if you make if you make a comment here, I'll make sure I post the right email address. She may call me and I can say, yeah, I can talk now. Or I may say, look, give me a couple hours, let me finish some work, and then you can call me and talk to me. But I'd talk to you. I'd talk to you decent. I'd talk to you nice. If you want to take it beyond that, that's up to you. I believe that that would be as two consenting adults agreeing to, go beyond just talking on the phone or making a collab video. I think we're all adults here, more or less. I think I've covered everything I was going to cover for today. Hey, ciao. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, hang on. I gotta. I'm gonna say goodbye here. I gotta respond to something else. Bye bye.